Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Friday, June 28th, 2024. Welcome to the Good News Live at 9 on Facebook and later available on our YouTube channel. Welcome to the Good News Live at 9 on Facebook.
Sorry, Sue, that's me.
Available on our YouTube channel. Please comment in the chat so we know you're with us. This is a presentation of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. Good morning, everyone. I'm Suzanne Maxey. I'm an elder at Allen Park Pres. And my co-host is the moderator of the Deacons, a certified social media expert, and the communications manager at our church. Her name is Carrie Van. And good morning, Carrie.
Good morning, Suzanne, and to everyone who's watching. People are starting to come in. They're piling in on a nice pace. Good morning, everyone.
And we stopped the echo, so.
Yes, I'm sorry about that echo. You know how that goes.
It's Friday.
It's Friday, not Friday the 13th, just a Friday.
Nope.
Just a Friday. Happy Friday to everyone who's watching. Hi, Judy, Norma, Joan, Ken Woods, everyone else, Barry and Margot.
Hello, everyone. Please comment so we know you're out there.
Yes, when you comment, we know you're watching, so we appreciate your comments and questions for our guests, always. Always. So it's almost the end of June. How did that happen?
I don't know. It's almost the beginning of July. That's how did that happen?
Absolutely. It's the fourth Friday, so that means we are doing ChristNet lunches today. I'm going to be hightailing it out of here right after this broadcast so I can go help. And then we actually have it on July 5th too. So we have two in a row. Hi, Nancy Horvath. It's nice to see you watching. We adopted a flower bed. Hopefully you've heard me talking about that by now. It's on Allen Road near Champaign where that jog is by May Street, out in front of Kamanis Dentist. We have made some progress, but we still need help and we are running out of time to buy annuals. So if you have any extra that you haven't planted or you're feeling generous, we need to finish putting flowers, even perennials, in that flower bed, and we need people to keep it maintained, watering it from time to time and pulling any weeds. So if you like gardening, contact me. Or just go do it and then tell me. That's even better. I like that even better. Just send me a picture and tell me what you did. And then we'll post and the next person will move on and do something else. And thank you to everyone who's donated to the food pantry this week. So many things came in from Amazon. Our shelves are going to look so good next week. Thank you. And other great news, Pastor Tim will be back in the pulpit this Sunday. Yay. We are super excited to have him back. I think it's right before he's going on vacation, Sue.
Good thing.
Yes, but he's not missing the Sunday after either. So we have our Pastor Tim back. Hi, Pat Clemens. Happy weekend. Absolutely. It's weird having a holiday in the middle of the week. You don't know if you should celebrate now or next weekend or both.
Or both, yeah.
Why not? So, Sue, what's going on around our beautiful city of Allen Park, Michigan?
Well, it's a Friday, so normally it's the farmer's market, but we haven't seen it because of the heat, but it is back today.
It is definitely back today, and they are fully booked with 30 vendors and 2 food trucks.
Yeah.
Let's see, what food trucks are they having? Campa, how do you say that, Sue? Campestray chicken. If you know how to say it, put it phonetically spelled in the chat. It's a mashup of Peruvian, Salvadorian, and Mexican cuisine. Then, if you get a little warm and you're looking for something from Showbiz Delight, they have all kinds of cold coffee drinks and snow cones and all kinds of different things. So stop by, say hi to our friend Steve, the balloon maker. He is going to be on the news on Monday. When I find out, I will post it in our group. He was interviewed recently, so we're excited to see that.
Oh.
Yeah, very good guy. So we're happy to see that. So go to the farmer's market. It's in the parking lot right across the street from the church.
At Harrison and Park.
Right. And there are plenty of places to park around there, so you don't have to worry about that. So stop by the farmer's market, and if you're in a mood to keep the city looking great, we've been talking about this for a while, but it's coming tomorrow, 10 to noon, the neighborhood cleanup. And that also meets at Park and Harrison. And all ages can come.
Corner,
Hi,
huh?
yes, hi Amy, hi Kevin Vaughn. Yes, it's right there on the corner, and it's 10 to noon. It's sponsored by the DDA, so there's complimentary beverages and food afterwards. They always have something good. And it's 2 hours. They give you gloves and trash bags. And I saw people complaining about weeds on Park Avenue. Well, now's your chance to go and pick weeds on Park Avenue.
So do they meet at that corner and then they just walk the
Mhm.
neighborhood, or, okay,
Yep,
so
they
kind of spread out from there, right?
Yep, I think they spread out. They may have some certain assignments that they're looking to have done that they'll say, hey, does anybody want to go over here? We used to do a lot of cleanup when we did youth group. We had a lot of cleanups in the city. It's very, very helpful. So if you feel like donating 2 hours of your time, head over right across the street from the church again. Hi, Tracy Cross. Good morning to you too. So last Wednesday, we kicked off, well, we didn't kick off, we have nothing to do with it, but the DDA and the Allen Park Parks and Rec kicked off their summer music series.
Yep.
And that will be continuing throughout the summer. So if you like music, you like sitting outside, bring your lounge chair and go to the community center parking lot. On Wednesday, they're having Taylor Tucky. It's a band that plays country music. I think they might be a national recording artist as well. That's 7 to 9. And on July 11th, the next day, Parks and Rec is sponsoring Street Angels, which is Michigan's Stevie Nicks experience. So if you're a Stevie Nicks fan, hoo-hoo, right?
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Fun, fun, fun. So we also have an exciting guest today. I'm
Yes, we
very,
do.
very much looking forward to that. Would you like to do the intro, Sue?
Well, our guest is no stranger to many of you. It is Will Oakes. He's the vice president and director at Weiss Funeral Home. Again, right across the street from the church
Right.
in Harrison and Park. Boy, that's a busy intersection, huh?
Very popular.
And quite often you will see him as a greeter and an usher on Sunday mornings in the narthex. So we want to welcome Will Oakes.
All right, I just lost my script, Sue. I'm gonna look for that while we get Will in here. All right, there we go.
And he's connecting. And we practiced yesterday and it popped right in. So of course this morning it's Friday.
Yes. We are always willing to practice with our guests. We did it with two guests
Absolutely.
yesterday.
Yes, we did.
It always feels better to get a practice in. All right, Will, you are muted and your camera is off. I don't know why, but this just seems to be the way technology goes.
Yep.
There we
Hi,
go.
Will.
Hey
There
guys,
you are. Good morning.
good morning.
It's good to see you this morning. Happy Friday to you.
Yeah, same to you guys. Thanks for having me today.
We are very excited to interview you. Hi, Patty, Patty Johnson. Patty's watching with us too. So today our guest is Will Oakes. Many of you know him. He is, as Sue said, vice president and director at Weiss Funeral Home. Lots of things happening on that corner. Will, we were talking about them all. Farmers Market, Weiss Funeral Home, city cleanup. Very popular corner to be on, right?
Well, it sure is. I put in the new streetlights this week, so yeah, a lot happening in the city, that's for sure.
Awesome. So we're
How
gonna
long
ask.
have you been in the city?
Oh, I've lived here for probably about 23 years now, in Allen Park, and so
Okay.
love it. Well, you know, working here is great, you know, going to church here, and my wife also works here. She works at the middle school in Allen Park, so it's wonderful. We love Allen Park. It's great.
And she's a T. What's her name?
My wife, her name's Amy, and she's a middle science teacher. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your family also has two little ones, right?
Well, I
Girl-
went before, but my daughter Jennifer, she turns 28 this year, and Jeremy, my son, he'll be 25, and so it's hard to believe, but they're doing great.
They're
They're
not so
great.
little, huh?
No, it sure makes you feel old. It does, but
It does.
You just you can't think about it. Well, I gotta do the same thing. Can't think about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I was wondering, how you first became interested in funeral service and what led you to pursue it.
Yeah, it was nothing I ever dreamed I'd be doing, when I was younger. And back in, well, probably in the late 80s, I was working at a job that was really high pressured, really stressful, and I was just burning myself out. So knew it was time for a change. And so I did what anybody else would do in the 80s. I started looking at the classified ads and the News Herald, and saw an ad for a funeral home. And I was like, wow, that might be interesting. And might something definitely, I needed something that was just going to be more calm and just, not so stressful. So I called the funeral home, and the position had already been filled. So it really didn't go from there. But I was still interested. So I put on a suit and went to the funeral home down the street. And that was Solosi Funeral Home in Lincoln Park. And so went in, talked to them, told them I was looking for a job and just to do anything around the funeral home. I had no idea about business whatsoever, so they gave me a chance. Really nice. One was kind of on a trial basis, like a 6 months trial, because they told me, this business, it's not for everyone. It's a really specialized business and you might not like it. So, but I was willing to give it a try. I was really interested. So they were really good. They were really hardworking people, and but they challenged me, and they let me do a lot of things very quickly in the business. And so I was able to learn. And after about 6 months, I just fell in love with the business. It was just a wonderful thing to be part of. And so, I was probably 24, 25 at the time. I had never been to college or anything. And so the only way to become a licensed funeral director was to go to school. And so I did. I started community college and just taking a few classes here and there because I was, working full time. But I did it. I'd work in the morning, go to school at night, and go to school in the morning, work at night, and did that for about probably 5, 6 years at the community college so I could get into Wayne State. And
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I went winter, summer, everything. I didn't stop, So, and then finally made it to Wayne State and a year of mortuary school, and I did my apprenticeship and took my state boards and got my license in 98 I was licensed. So yeah, it was a long road, but I got there, and it's just been wonderful. And so I stayed on with Solosi's for many years after that, but they were getting ready to retire, and I couldn't really afford to buy the place, and I moved to Allen Park. And so I came in and talked to Rob, and him and his dad, and boy, they were so nice, and they hired me, and that's been it, ever since. And then that's how I kind of got involved with Allen Park Presbyterian Church, being here. It was my I guess introduction to the church across the street.
Oh, that's the people, Robin and his dad there, all of them are so nice. So what a great thing you decided to go there.
You are such a such a calming influence. I can't imagine you ever being stressed. You were just such a calm, yeah, I think you went into the right
Well, thanks.
that's for sure.
It's been a wonderful profession to be in, not only just being able to serve the community, work with members of the church, friends, family, help them through tough times. And I've also met a lot of people through the business, a lot of good friends, a lot of good friends from church that we were fortunate enough to help their families, and they just became my friends as well. So yeah, not only the business been good to me, but it's just been good personally for me, and I just love it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what aspect of your work do you find the most fulfilling, but you kind of already answered that.
Well, working with the families, it's just great to, I guess, to kind of just help them, in their to begin their healing process. It's just a terrible thing to go through, and every situation's different. And so to be here to be able to help, it's really, it's a rewarding profession. It's great.
Well, that is a really inspiring story that you started working and it was stressful, and then all those years, I'm sure somewhere along the line you got married. So I mean, you were probably really busy for many years getting to Wayne State and getting your degree.
We did, we got married in 91, which was the year I started college. And so, yeah, it was really tough, and my wife kind of held down the fort. And then through that period, we had my daughter. And then, and she was going to school part-time a little bit, waitressing and going to school part-time. And then when I got done, then that's when she went to school and she did the same thing. She worked really hard and got her bachelor's and then her master's. And so she kind of did the same thing. And so, and here we are, it's not, we just said the time's going to go by. Whether we do with it is up to us. And so we decided to, go to school and do that. And it's good. It's been good.
That's really great. So I think you answered the question I had about what brought you to APPC. It's probably just the proximity of being so close and getting to know our congregation and our staff and
Well,
our pastors.
that's part of it. Working here, like I said, we did service a lot of families across the street, and you'd see the same. I mean, just wonderful people. I'd see all the same people come over all the time and just support everybody from the church. And I was like, oh, these are some really, really good people, and really people that want to be around. And of course, I'd get to know them, talking to them and things. And then, sure, Kirk and Melanie and Doug Blakey were the clergy at the time, and so I got to know them. And so, yeah, I was looking for a church. And so I decided to join that, went through everything to become a member. And yeah, it's a wonderful congregation. I think that the people there make the congregation, and they're just very kind and very caring and just like I thought. And so, yeah, it's been great. And that was in 2007. So I've been a member there for some time now, and served on the board of deacons, as you know, and that was cool too, because I came in and I wanted to get involved, and so I became an usher, which is a great way to meet people. And then the board of deacons, which was just a perfect fit for me. And I even got to be moderator a couple times, which was good. It was challenging, but it was fun.
Right. I was
Gary
on
knows that.
Yes, I know that as a true fact, but I was on the deacons when you were moderator. So that was cool. I've been on the deacons for a long time too. A perfect fit here too.
Yeah, they do good work, great work.
Yes.
So,
Love it. We have a comment from Ann Winslow in the chat. She said, Will is the nicest gentleman and they are so professional at Weiss. I highly recommend them. Will is so helpful when a loved one passes. Aw.
she's sweet. Ann's one of the nicest people I know. She's just a
Yeah.
great.
She is
That's all.
definitely a great person. We love Ann. Thanks for the comment, Ann.
Thing. It was very nice.
And you also belong to the Allen Park Lodge or Elks, right?
Yeah, I've been a member there for some time now, and good people there. Just don't get down there as much as I used to, but when I'm out riding my bike, I'll pop in for a refreshment and maybe a snack or something, just to hang out with the guys there. They're good people down there too. Allen Park and Old Down River is really it's just a wonderful community. We love it. I don't think we'll ever move from downriver. We really just like the people and Allen Park especially.
Yeah, it's a really nice community. So I read in your bio on Weiss that bicycling is one of your passions. What do you think draws you to it?
Peacefulness, just to get out after, a day at work or just whenever, just to kind of be by myself and just kind of get on the trail. I usually don't ride in the streets too much anymore. It's a little risky, but get on the bike trails and do some trail riding and just be with nature and just to kind of just to relax, and I've done some long trips too, overnighters where you just ride the trail and camp and just spend the night under the stars. And I mean,
Wow.
it's just a wonderful way to get away from everything. That's kind of my peace, I guess. That's where I find relaxation.
Didn't you also start a bike club?
Yeah, it's a small little bike club that's between me and my friends, and that's what we would do. We would travel mostly in Michigan, but we've done some out-of-state trips too, down in Virginia and Pennsylvania, where we just get on these trails and just do a 2 or 3 day ride, and a very small group of people, just some really close friends that have the same interests, and it's just a blast. We really have a good time doing that, and my kids too. My son likes to bike ride with me, and my wife will get out, and we went riding last night actually. So it was we do a lot of that as a family too.
Oh, that's great. It's great when you have family activities and a way to de-stress and just be in nature, wind blowing on your face. I can see why you'd like that.
Great.
I knew this as well, that I don't know why we were talking about this somewhere along the line, that you also like to play guitar. Do you still play?
I do, just, just nothing out in public really, just kind of for my brother, he's a professional musician and he plays out for a living. So he's taught me a lot on guitar and so, but I enjoy, that's another way just to relax. I'll sit in my basement, pull out the guitar and play, and no one's home, maybe sing a little bit and I just enjoy that. It's really another way to relax.
Wow, that's
You're so mellow in everything that you do, and like that's just you. I can't even imagine you ever being stressed. So I guess all these things that you relax with is what helps you with that, eh?
Well, it does help. It does help a lot. And no, I try not to get stressed out too much anymore. It doesn't do anybody any good. So yeah, I find finding ways to relax has been very helpful.
What kind of music do you like playing, Will?
Pretty much anything that tells a story. I like blues music, folk music, roots, folk and roots music. Basically, that's kind of what I like to play. Listen to more of a heavier type music. Rock and roll, I guess you would say. But I like music that tells a story. It's just something that always resonates with me, and I like that. It's interesting, and I find it easier to play too, and just that kind of music.
Yeah, that's interesting that your brother's a professional musician too. That's a good trivia question, right?
Yeah, he's really good. He plays in a few bands around town, and he's been doing it his whole life, and that's how he makes his living. And he's really good at it. He's very talented, and we kind of come from a musical family. My dad was a musician, and um, his brothers and sisters all played and everything. So he kind of handed that down to us a little bit. My dad was kind of an artsy person. He could draw really good and play music, just about any instrument, just by learning it. And my brother would kind of inherited that from him. So he's very talented. I'm proud of him.
Oh,
When you have a family reunion, you all get together and jam, or
What we do, a lot of times on Christmas, the instruments will come out and after a while and have a good old time. It's a lot of fun.
that sounds so cool. That sounds like Amy Bowerman's family. I know she's watching. Her family's like that too. They all sing, and a lot of them sing, play different instruments. And that would be so cool.
I've heard them. They are a very talented family.
Yes.
have you ever sang in the choir at church, or?
No, I have not done that. It's something I've considered though. I thought about it maybe later on in life, but right now um, things are kind of busy around here.
You sound kind of busy. I don't know how you put
Yes.
it in it.
I don't think you can always plan when you're going to be busy and I'm sure that stops you from doing some committed activities, because you have to be available when you have to be available.
It does, and that's one of the drawbacks of this profession is that you really are just the way we're a very small staff here, so our time can get taken away from us, our personal time, very quickly, to help others out, but in the same sense, you really can't plan too much, but I guess it will allow you or force you to live a little spontaneous too. So that's not a bad thing, right? I mean,
No, that's not a bad thing. And I think you appreciate the bike rides, the time alone or the time with family or in your community more when you're busy and you have to be conscious of your time.
you do, and like I say, if we want to take a trip, sometimes it's last minute, and those can be the best trips. Sometimes, you can really have a good time. So it's good.
Absolutely. Well, we are like almost out of time. This has been so interesting. A comment from Norma Bentley. Thank you, Will, for all you do in the community, especially the kindness you show to people at the saddest and hardest times in their life.
Well, thanks, Norma. That was nice of her to say.
Very
Lord,
nice.
anyone who needs us, that, and it's really a pleasure to help others.
Well, you've been a great and wonderful addition to our church family and to the community as well. And we're really happy. I know we tried to get this interview for a while, but as you just said, it's hard
Yeah.
with time commitment. So we're glad that this summer we were able to interview. This has been a great interview.
Well, thanks for having me. I really like your guys' show. I mean, I watch it all the time. It's very, very informative. It's a great way for people to, to get to know one another and things that are happening in the community. So thank you guys for doing what you do. And thanks for inviting me today. I really enjoyed it.
All right, thank you, Will. Thank you so much for saying that too. Sue always asks people for their favorite scripture, and we asked Will, and Sue will tell you what that is.
It is Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That seems very Will appropriate, doesn't it, Carrie?
Yes, it does. It's very Will appropriate. Will, we're gonna do our ending. You can either stay with us or get back to your day. And again, we thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thanks again for having me. I'm going to run. I'm going to get back to work, but thank you again. And we'll see you down the road. Okay.
Thanks, Will.
Bye.
Bye, Will.
Bye.
Something else that's going on that is important to the Allen Park Presbyterian Church is our church-wide denomination is having the General Assembly in Salt Lake City. So that's our entire denomination from around the world. They get together, the pastors, and they talk about things and make policy and do all that kind of stuff. So we wish them well as they are deciding how God is going to lead us the next few years. I believe it's every 3 years that they meet.
I think so too. So
we wish them well and for God to guide them so they can guide us. So
absolutely.
If you would like to learn more about the good news of Jesus Christ, please be sure to join Pastor Tim for devotions. That's live at 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday on Facebook. And then join us Sundays at 10 a.m. for worship. You can join from your home. It's live streamed on Facebook and YouTube. Or you can come in person in our beautiful sanctuary in Allen Park, Michigan. And that is on Park and Harrison. And that's the place to be in Allen Park, apparently. Right?
Yes, it is. Park and Harrison.
Park and Harrison.
It's got to show up. There's always going to be something going on.
Right. Well, and actually the church takes up from Harrison to Cleveland and then also Cleveland to Garfield. It's a pretty big church. You can't hardly miss the buildings. So
that's for sure. And everyone is welcome anytime.
Yep. And
to participate in anything we do.
And of course, we all know that the church is really the people, the body of Christ that occupies those buildings and uses those buildings. But the church is really the people. So
absolutely. And as we mentioned earlier, I am the moderator of the deacons, and anyone is welcome to come and do any of our ministries with us.
Yep. You don't have to sign on the dotted line and be a card carrying member or whatever. You can just come and join us.
Yes, you can. And we love to hear your ideas, and always available. Contact me anytime.
Yep. And if you would like to be a guest on a Friday with Carrie and I, then please just let us know, pick out your Friday, and we will interview you. And I don't, most people say it's not scary. It's just like having coffee with friends. So, although I drink tea, but you get the gist. So.
Absolutely. And we will practice Zoom with you if you're rusty on your Zoom skills.
Absolutely.
We did that yesterday with a couple guests. So
yep.
We don't mind. And we have a guest on July 12th, but we are looking for the 5th. So if you're off because of the holiday and you want to do something a little out of your wheelhouse, join us.
Yes. All right. And remember, you are a beloved child of God, and God loves you. And so do we. Bye, everyone. Hope you'll join us next Friday.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye. Have a great week.